Hey everyone, welcome to another gameplay tutorial. Today we're going to be playing one of my best champions, which is Vi. In here, I'll be teaching you the tips and tricks, do's and don'ts, and advantages, disadvantages of this champion. Always switch to your control ward the opposite side on where you want to start, and then immediately recall to buy your sweeping lens. That way, if they go for a cheeky invade, you'll be able to spot them and react accordingly. The last thing that we want to do is after clearing one side of the map, the other side is gone and you're just gonna be left alone with no more camps to take. So the reason why we go for a blue start here is because it's the usual standard start and we want to path towards the Teemo, which is a ranged top laner. So one tip that I can give you is whenever there is a ranged Baron laner, you would always want to path towards that lane and prioritize your ganks on that enemy champion. Why? Because enemy ranged champions on the Baron lane are squishy and they would most likely always auto-push the lane because they need to win lane in order to make their pick useful. So if they need to win the lane, they're gonna push, of course, try to get plates, and that's the perfect time you can punish them. And if they fall behind, they're just gonna be useless in the later stages of the game. So when clearing the jungle, one thing I do here, I start at Q. A lot of people start E, but Q is much better because it has more damage overall and it could give you level 2 E, which you could use to clear the second camp. So another tip for Vi is whenever the camp is dying, you want to charge your Q up and then you could go for a double clear. I did this both for the blue buff Gromp and the Raptor Red. This would help your clear become a bit faster, and a dash makes you go through the terrain much better. So Vi's clear is pretty straightforward. You just want to use your auto attacks in between skills. So as much as possible, you always want to use your auto attack before using third skill because it has an animation cancel. So as you can see, already done with our full clear. Fortunately, Scuttle's taken and we could go for a gank. Speaking of which, Q flash, bam, perfect. Even though the Teemo flashes, we're still able to get the kill. So that's another trick that you could do is you could always flash using your first skill. And a way to guarantee the flash hitting is you don't press the directional button on the flash. So when you do first skill, and then once you're near the enemy, you just press the flash button and it's automatically gonna go to the enemy target. So that's a guaranteed way, aside from, instead of risking it, like you might miss your calculation or something. So just just press the flash button instead of using the directional button. I have a tutorial on how to do it. It works on a lot of champions. Okay, Eve, I know I win the 1v1, I have Aftershock, and I saw that she ultied the Garen a while ago. So even though I'm lower in HP, because I have all of my skills up, I have Aftershock and she's a burst champion that needs to scale, I still win the 1v1. Because usually if you get chunked like that, you're just gonna run away. But if you know the limits of your champion and the enemy champion, you know what spells they use, then you could just turn the tides. That's another reason why I go Aftershock. You can also go Conqueror First Strike, it's fine, but Aftershock is the safest because whenever you use your first skill or ulti on a target and there's a lot of enemy on the side, then it would give you the armor that you need to help you survive a bit longer. Okay, we go back to our clearing our own jungle. So as much as possible, you wanna gank when your ulti is up. Syndra dies, not much I could do. And with this start, we're kinda strong. We have Triforce already on base. But my laners are not doing the best. I see Yone, that's he's low HP. Maybe you could try to tag him. I have ulti. We don't see him, so it's fine. We'll just go back and start clearing our camps again. So a tip when ganking with Vi is, or a tip when to gank with Vi is whenever your ulti is up, you always want to look for a gank. Because Vi's late game is not the strongest. He becomes more of a initiator tank in the later stages. But your early game is really strong. You could burst people with just Triforce, which I'm gonna buy right now. And with a perfect combo, you would be able to win almost any 1v1. So the basic combo for Vi is just Q, then auto E. So that's how you basically clear your jungle. So for example here, Q, auto E. Oops, I just went to autos. It's fine as long as you use your E after every auto, because you want to make use of your passive, which gives you more damage whenever you do 3 hits on something. So here I have ulti, Teemo overextended, as per usual, 2v2. I know that I could win this, I'm very strong with Triforce. We go for the Eve, she uses ult, I have Q to chase, I still have flash. Nice gank by the Syndra, and we're able to do a successful counter gank. So Vi is also really great both ganking and counter ganking. Oh, Yone shows up, but Garen is Garen. Bro is tanky, so no problem. So we'll just chill a bit. I don't have ulti, and my HP is half. With the objective spawning, it's gonna be a bit risky. Because if I force a Herald, I have half HP, and Garen half HP, Sidra half HP, so we're not gonna win the fight if it's contested. So it's way better to just recall, buy items, see where they start. So we go on the opposite side, and as soon as we see our Garen dies, we're just gonna go for Dragon. So always play on the lane that you're stronger in. Since we have Seraphine Jhin here, plus they have priority, we get this with no problem, and I'll take a 1-for-1 trade. So whenever there's a trade, one thing that you always want to do after taking the objective is to either counter invade, look for enemy camps, because you know their jungle is on the opposite side, or you look for a dive on the top side. So for example, I take Dragon, the closest lane is this, so we could look for a gank here, perfect, get the Lulu down, because I know Eve is at the bot side, so there's a low chance that she's gonna go on the top side. So similarly, since they see me on the top side, Vi, there's a high chance that Eve's at the bot side, especially since she hasn't been showing up yet. Because if Eve would have shown, she should have shown a lot earlier. I think, never mind. And as soon as she shows, nice flash, and we get the tower, really good. So even though we trade objectives, we're able to trade 1-for-1 on the objectives, or on the towers. Okay, next item. We're gonna go for Zeke's. Second item is I either go Zeke's or Heartsteel. I go Heartsteel if there's a lot of bruisers, since I could easily stack. But if there's not much bruisers, like their composition, they're all carries, so it's a bit hard to stack Heartsteel. So Zeke's is a much safer choice. So top side, if they went for the tower, look for splits, we could punish, but most likely it's warded or they're just playing it safe. So after all that's happened, we just go back to our jungle and start clearing again. When you're against Eve, you always go control ward, because yellow trinket is useless since it's not gonna give vision for the enemy jungler anyway. So this is just the exception. Usually I go sweepers or yellow trinket, but for this, it's just for the specific matchup that you have to go the trinket. So we go for Eve. She gets the scuttle. It's fine. I want to force her ult. And Eve ult is 10 times more important than mine, because Eve's entire combo depends on the ult. So if we trade ults, that's really good, because that's gonna remove the pressure from the enemy jungler. Our Jhin dies, but we're here, and look at that. Even though we don't have much damage, we still get the kill. Just flash out just in case, and we go back to our own jungle. Oh, nice kill on the Garen. We have tempo in the game, and without our ult, we just go back and farm. Clear our camps. And bot side, I wanna clear, but the Teemo might one-shot me. I don't have much HP, so we'll just play it safe. I was 100 off Zeke's, but you know what? It's fine. I'd rather play it safe and get delayed a bit than trying to force it and die. So with full HP, I should be able to get this. Bang, easy. So I could either go back or shove the bot side. Seeing the map, I see that Teemo's there. Maybe I can kill. Okay, but he knows. Goes for the gets the invisibility. It's fine. So we'll just clear the wave and then go back and buy our item. So Zeke's a pretty good power spike. Teemo being annoying, so we'll just go for the safe TP. If the Teemo decides to go for me, I can just engage on him, because at this point I can 1v1 anyone in the game. Excuse me. Okay, Zeke's gives us more damage, slow, and tankiness. Good job on my team, taking down the Eve. And since there's nothing that's gonna happen, so you wanna put farming your own jungle in last priority. What you wanna prioritize first is ganking with your ult up. And then if there's no possible ganks, invading, you could possibly get red or blue. But since we have 0 priority in lane, we just go for our third option, which is just farm. Because the last thing we wanna do is just AFK, do nothing, and lose gold. So even though we're a ganking jungler, it's still important to be able to farm properly. So fight here, perfect timing. You can go for the Kaisa, nice stun. She goes in, bang, ulti, Garen ult, bang, dead. Okay, sidestep a bit. And with their members missing, I don't have engage. No flash, no ulti. So what I want to do here is go back Stone Plate. Getting Stone Plate and second objective when they don't have any anti-shield yet is really good. Because it allows you to tank so much with Aftershock. So I can just YOLO their carry even though their entire team's around. Okay, Eve shows. I don't have ult yet. I'm waiting for it to be up. I have flash also. Okay. Hope the Yone a bit. Eve out of position. Perfect. Bang bang. Okay, she ults. That's really good. Now the Eve's useless. Also flashed. No contest. And we get the free objective. So you wanna be you wanna engage as much as possible when using Vi. So another Q flash, bang, nice ulti by the Seraphine, ulti Syndra, and we get the Yone. The key thing for Vi is knowing when to engage. Because if you play Vi and you don't engage, then you're playing her wrong. And that's why I wanna use that's why you go Aftershock. So if you make a mistake in engaging, at least you won't get one shot because of Aftershock. If your team has a lot of tanks though, you could switch it to, I go Conqueror. So for example, I have Ornn or Braum. So I just go Keystone. I just go more damage. Because if we're like double triple tank and I go Aftershock, we might lack damage in the late game. Yep, I'm the fake guy. I'm fake. Okay, we chill again. Go back to farming. Baron's gonna be up in 35. We wanna take down the mid bot tier 1. So when it comes to objectives, you always wanna clear the outer towers before looking for invades. So we see that bot tier 1 tower is up. We see where their jungler is. So what we could do here is wait, but the Team Mushroom saw me, so we'll just give the tower to the Garen. It's fine. Okay, Teemo face check, perfect, nice, bang bang. But 3 people. Play it a bit safe. 4 people. What's good about Vi is that her ulti cooldown is not that long. So even though you make a mistake on your ult, you could just run away and wait for it to go back on cooldown. See, look. I just recalled 20 seconds. I have it again. I go back to farming. Top side, there's no one there, so we could look for the cover. If someone tries to go for the tower, we could just punish. And just chill. Next item is a flex after Zeke's. You could either go more damage or more survivability. Since we have a good early game and we're a bit tanky, we could go for a bit damage. Sundered Sky giving us HP, DPS, lifesteal, really good item. But if you wanna play very defensive, you could just go Twin Guard. So you go for the Lulu, take out the Kai'Sa Enchanter. We have first kill, bang, 2-1 hit, perfect. Look at how tanky we are. We just 1v2'd and we have Twin Guard, even more tankiness. Yep. Kai'Sa was free hitting for 5 seconds. And she just got me to half. 1v2 by the way. And with that, 3 members are down. Their jungler's still up though, so I'm not confident that we can start. Yep. Yepers, I have Q flash. Bang. Perfect. Weaving auto attacks. Nice ulti by Syndra. And without a jungler, I'm more confident that we could start. But what I want to do is reset first. Because their jungler's down in... Yeah, see, I said reset Baron. Because their jungler's down for 30 seconds. So if we start Baron, then it's almost guaranteed that we'll get it. And if you look at the gold, most of their gold is on the Eve. 11k on her. Then the next one is like 9k. So we look for engage. I'm very confident, but Team Mushroom, lol. Annoying. Okay, the time's gone. No more time, but we can still look for fights. Teemo overextended. Nice follow-up. Bam. Ha! 3 ults. Lol. And look at that. Look at the tankiness. Kai'Sa is not yet that strong, but later Kai'Sa will shred us. So we wanna finish the game as soon as possible. Because once Kai'Sa has 3 items, it's gonna be very hard to sustain against her. I'm gonna be paper. So no matter how tanky I am, if it's against a Kai'Sa Lulu, there's no one that's tanky against a Kai'Sa Lulu. So I don't want anyone to die with the 3rd objective spawning. I think this is Soul. So the last thing that we want to do is die before objective. Eve has 3 items also, so she has a lot of damage. They could start Baron, so that's something that I'm a bit worried about. Especially since we have no wards. And as soon as I see Kai'Sa in the minimap, did you see? I saw Kai'Sa in the minimap, so I just run to Baron because I know they're starting it. There's no way Kai'Sa randomly runs bot side. Yep, they're starting, so we have to go for the fight. Damn, they started it. So we go for the team fight. Nice Seraphine ulti. Okay, we have Stone Plate, buying time. Bam, Kai'Sa free hit with the Lulu. I can go for the re-engage. I missed my Q. Ooh, that's... Okay, nice. Save. Almost punished. Almost punished. Okay. They get the Baron, but we get 4 kills and possible soul. So, all in all, I think it's still worth. Because we get soul, which lasts forever, and Baron will expire. They wouldn't be able to make full use of Baron. They only got it for the gold, mostly. But even then, we got more gold overall. Nice. Mountain Soul. TBH, Mountain Soul sucks, but it's better than nothing. It's good because it gives us a bit more tankiness, which is good against the Eve. Especially for my carries. So we go for the counter invade while their jungler is still dead. And my battery is low. I have to finish it before my phone dies. Rip. So Twin Card is now up. Now you have, so, as you can see, I already have a lot of damage, so I don't need to put more. Well, I can build more damage, but at this point, a bit of survivability is really good. Because I trust that my team has damage also. Like Syndra, late game, strong. Jhin is good because they're all squishy, they don't have frontline. And Seraphine's getting clapped. Okay, nice ulti. Okay, perfect. Their Eve kinda choked. Flash out, it's worth. What you wanna do against Eve, as long as you burn her ult and flash, that's very worth because that's gonna make her useless for the next few minutes. Or maybe like 1 minute because level 3 ult. So last item, GA gives me second life, gives me damage, everything that I need. So very good item for Vi. But if I wanna play defensive, I can go like Chaonic. Because they are double AP. Actually, 2.5 AP. Well, actually, they all have AP. Like Yone 50% AP, Kai'Sa's AP damage. Then Teemo, Eve, of course, pure AP. So MR is very valuable this game. But of course, GA is really good, especially late game. As long as you don't waste the resurrection and die randomly. Because it's also gonna give me more confidence to engage. So even though I die, I have second life. So if I see an opportunity, I can just Q flash YOLO. Especially, I have most of the gold. So if I die, our damage will be cut in half, no frontline, etc. And this is another thing about that's really good about Vi. She can do everything. You can engage, tank, DPS, burst. You have everything in your kit. And look at my build. I also have tankiness, damage, CC slow, etc. And my Syndra's getting farmed by the Eve, which is not good. That's why I'm telling her to go crown or stasis. I think ever since minute 3. Okay, Mayday. Don't face check, Stone Plate. Okay, nice Seraphine ult, bang. Look at the tankiness. Ooh, easy turn. Gets caught, no problem. Twin Guard value, Aftershock value. If I had no Twin Guard Zeeks or Aftershock, I'd die there. And that's gonna open up the Elder Force to take. Eve is 1v1ing the Garen, it's fine. That's good for us because... Oh, she even missed ult. Or maybe she hit, but Garen lived because Garen is such a broken champion. Anyway, it's fine. He dies, we get Elder. We could also translate this Elder into Baron and end the game. The last thing that we want to do is let Eve steal the objective. So I could just YOLO. We have Elder plus Mountain Soul plus Stone Plate. Luckily, they don't have any anti-shield user. That's why Stone Plate getting really good value. Okay, we start. The only problem here is we have 0 vision. So there's a chance that Eve's behind and there's a ward. So it's a bit of a flip. Not gonna lie. Okay, thank God. Thank God it's not warded. Okay, with the Baron, we have Elder Baron, and usually whenever you have Elder Baron, the game is 90% done. The 10% is when we just push one lane and don't look for a fight. The Eve, very greedy though, trying to one-shot the Syndra. Okay, she finally gets her revenge. And without the Eve, my backline is safe. We have no one to go for our Jhin and Syndra, and we could try to look for the end. So I chat endable. Their wave clear is not that strong because they're Kai'Sa Yone. Teemo. They have no AoE wave clear. They have no poke. So we could try to look for an engage. I have Q flash. Yone goes in. Thank you. we just wait for a wave. There's one cannon. I could go Q flash, bang. Oh, she flashes. Ah! Too far. We killed the Kaisa, it's fine, but we end the game. And yeah, that's why Vi is one of my most favorite champions. And best champion as well. 94%. We get MVP, 7-1-17 scoreline. Would have been 7-0 if I didn't YOLO the Kaisa there, but it's fine. 17k gold. Look at that. Even though we're tanky, we deal so much damage. Giant Slayer, not much value because they have no front. It's fine. But yeah, that's how you play Vi. You can just do everything at once. The only weakness of Vi is scaling. Her scaling is not that strong. Luckily, we were able to end the game before Kaisa could 1v9. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. GG's. Peace out. Ciao. Bye.